intro?
Is it a specific thing, or you just say welcome?
You can say whatever you want. We do it different.
Welcome everyone to the Gameography podcast.
The podcast
For Gameographies.
The podcast for Gameographies.
I'm joined by Tim and Devin.
Thanks for having us
or rather,
on, Matthew.
They're joined by me.
Wow, this is a reverse hosting situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually had to present all the information, Matt.
Yeah, we're the guests.
I don't know. I haven't prepared to present everything. We're talking about
You're in charge, Matt.
the Super Mario Brothers film.
Yeah, I'm Devin.
Yeah, he's Devin. I'm Timothy.
Yes, and I'm Matthew.
And special guest Matthew today.
Special guest Matthew.
Woo!
Thank you,
Happy
Matthew.
to be here, finally. I'm excited to talk to you all about video games.
We've
We've been
here.
begging you to be on the pod since the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, you've been on every episode in a way.
I've been asking
in a sense
to listen. I've been asking to be on the podcast more often than I've been actually listening to it.
I would do the
Honestly,
same.
that's most of our listeners, yeah, at this point.
Yeah.
Most of our listeners, maybe all of them, are more often
just
guests
I can do
than
this
listeners.
better. Put me on.
But yeah, if you can't tell, Matthew, say wah wah
Wah, wah.
Does that sound
Oh,
familiar,
that's true.
dear
Yeah,
listener?
I do That was
Wait,
me.
is that you? Is that not a?
No,
is that a sample? I was like, what?
Tim has hoodwinked you. No, I took that from the
hoodwinked
game.
you.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah.
of course, back in 1998 or whatever, when that game came out, I was the one who recorded that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And famously, you are the voice of Mario.
Yeah. 4-year-old
Yeah.
me was the voice of Mario.
We were just playing around when we talked about last episode about the voice of Mario.
Did we talk about the voice of Mario? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
It's actually
Charles
now, Matt,
Martinet, is that correct?
Yeah, Charles. Did we decide if it's Martinet or Martinet?
we didn't
I've heard
decide.
I've heard it Martinet.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Martinet, okay.
Like
Mostly from
Okay.
you, Tim. So
Really? Oh, I was on the other side. Okay.
never heard you say it the other way. I've only heard you say it Martinet. But
Wow. Mario.
But we are talking
Speaking
about
of Mario.
yeah, the Super Mario Bros. Film this episode, not starring Charles
Weirdly,
Martinet.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Way to drop the ball on that one.
suspiciously missing Charles Martinet in this film.
Yeah. It's like, hold on a second. This is a little suspicious. Where is Charles? Where was
face of
Charles the whole
Mario.
time?
when you look
face
at
of Mario.
Charles Martinet, it is a
You
3D
think
animated
Mario.
face. That if you
Yeah.
walk up to him, you can like kind of pull on his cheeks and stuff.
Exactly. You can-
Do you think that happens to him a lot?
and then a few seconds later, a video game starts right in front of you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do love the idea of like just people walking up to him in the supermarket and starting to like pull on his nose.
Yeah. Just trying to make his eyes clip through his like
His hat.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
I think he wears the Super Mario hat around.
I'm sure he does, yeah.
I hope so. I hope he fully
Do you actually-
embraces it.
Have you guys ever seen the videos where the voice of Bart Simpson, that lady, she like will go around and like she'll go like, "Hey, do you like the Simpsons?" And she goes, "Hey, I'm Bart Simpson," and she like shows it off. Have you guys ever seen that?
I've
I
never
watched one of
seen
those
that.
10
in,
minutes
like,
ago.
Random places, like not like
Yeah,
okay.
it's this really weird. She makes tons of these videos where she'll go around and no one is ever impressed because they're always just like, "That's a good impression." Like no one knows that it's her.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
that's-
It sounds like it
now it's a
sounds
sad
like
story.
a prank. Like they're like, okay, what do you do? Like, because you don't know that it's the person because they've never
Exactly.
seen her face before.
So, do you think Charles does that?
I don't know, man. Looking at his wiki picture right here,
I bet
he
he
does
would.
look pretty excited.
I bet he would like go into it if there's like kids around. He seems like the kind of person who would like. But then if like an adult person like came up with like, can you do Mario? He'd be like, what do you like? Leave me alone.
Get out of my face.
Yeah, I do. I picture him as the wholesome, like really nice guy though, who's like he wants to entertain the kids, and it's like it's completely selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's never been paid a dime for Mario.
He refuses.
This is for the children. That's what he says.
I was gonna say, what about the voice? But he does Luigi too. He does all of them pretty much.
Yeah,
he does
Luigi.
Luigi. He does Wario, right?
He does both W's.
Yeah, he doesn't do Toad though.
He does Toad's Worth.
Best. Oh,
The
they
old
had to
Toad.
outsource Toad. Interesting. Why is that?
I don't know.
Does anyone have an answer for me?
I don't know. No answer.
Who does the voice of Toad?
Maybe he auditioned for Toad and they were like, you know what?
The
We
one voice
said
you
yes
can't
for
do.
the last 5 characters, but I think this one we're gonna have to outsource it to someone new.
Yeah, it's like against like union regulation.
Yeah, 5 rolls tops.
Yeah, if all the characters are brothers, then you can play all those characters, but Toad's not family.
Voice acting union rules.
Yeah, keep
are
it in the
very
family.
Weird.
Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah. So the Super Mario Bros. Movie came out in 1993.
Yeah, it does not feature this man.
Does not star the guy we've been talking about this whole time.
It's the first live action film to be like not about video games, but
Based on a video
based
game.
on like a single video game. It was directed by a husband and wife team, Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jenkins.
What?
Jenkel. 2 directors.
Interesting.
Very strange history behind this movie. It's got quite the cast. Stars Bob Hoskins, who we talked about when we watched it together, is from Roger Rabbit. He's like the main character from that.
And is that Mario?
Yeah, that's Mario.
He plays Mario.
Okay,
that's
so
correct.
Mario's in them. Okay, in Roger Rabbit. I
Oscar
gotta watch that.
nominated or winning? I don't remember. Like he's like, yeah, he won Best Actor
For Mario?
for Mario. No, for like other movies, but like it's crazy. And then
I mean, he did great.
yeah, I mean he's good. He's good. And then John Leguizamo as Luigi. Dennis
Also great.
Hopper as Bowser.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
Or President Koopa. He's never referred to as Bowser.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. They went for the Japanese name. And then Samantha Mathis as Daisy, which is another strange choice.
Yeah, that's pretty much my
Daisy.
whole.
Yeah,
That's what. There's a lot of elements of this film that I would say that was a strange choice to do it that way.
Yeah,
I'd say just about every aspect.
yeah. But it is.
I wanted.
extra
go
weird
ahead.
that it's not Peach. Like, because Daisy is. I had to even look it up. She's from the Game Boy Super Mario Land game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, not even like one of the main
Interesting.
like Mario games.
Yeah, it was before she had ever like she hadn't had like a proper like render of like what she looked like. I don't think. You
Okay,
just
but
saw
this
her
is
in these-
so. This is actually my theory about the movie. Is I think that they wanted it to be Peach, and then halfway through, somebody realized that Peach is like with Mario or whatever, and Daisy. I guess I don't even know if that was
they
like
wanted
established
Luigi
at the
to
time.
have the. I'm guessing
Yeah.
they wanted from the outset. They wanted Luigi to have the romantic arc because he's the younger one.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
because he's clearly the more likable of the two in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's like she's blonde and she's a princess and she's the daughter of the Mushroom King, that all feels very Peach, right?
is
Yeah,
she blonde?
Daisy's very specifically not blonde. But
I think she was blonde, right?
no, in the movie she was, but the character
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Princess Daisy is definitely
Oh.
not blonde.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, just a brief overview of what this movie is, because it's not what you would think. It starts out in Brooklyn with the Luigi, or not the Luigi, the Mario brothers.
The Luigi brothers.
Not doing so hot, I guess, is what I'd say. They're being
just plumbers, and they're on rough times.
Yeah, they're
not
being
making money.
They're being pushed out by like a corporate plumbing operation.
Yeah, one of those by Big Plum.
Yeah,
that was that's my first note.
Yeah, the Scapelli company.
Oh, that's what it is.
And then Luigi meets and immediately falls in love with Daisy, who's like a archaeologist, who is a
archaeology student. It seemed like I think she was still in.
Yeah,
she was like working with NYU.
Yeah. And I don't know. It seemed like she was like, I mean, she's too young, but it seemed like she was almost in charge of like the project though, which would be crazy if she's like just like a student.
But I think she was.
Yeah.
I think she was in charge.
I'm guessing she was just like a senior. She was just like the most.
That's her senior project. Just
right. Yeah. Something like
go
that.
dig up these dinosaur bones underneath Brooklyn.
This has been her big research project that she's been building up.
Yeah. And then two of Scapelli's henchmen try and sabotage the dinosaur bone dig site. And as Mario and Luigi go to fix that, they get knocked out by Iggy and Spike, who have been sent by King Koopa to steal Daisy back because... Well, I forgot to mention, the opening of the movie is just insane. With like a dark... It's like this like dark, like rainy... like very like tropey like opening of like somebody like running up to a nunnery with like a baby, but then it turns out it's an egg that hatches into her
giant egg.
It's like the least characteristic. Like the very beginning of this film was them explaining how how the dinosaurs got killed, got extincted by the meteorite. But it explains that not only did the dinosaurs die, it created two parallel universes where one is the one that we live in, and one is the one where the dinosaurs lived as a result of the... So they begin the film with immediately severing the film from canon, pretty much. Just like
both Mario canon and real life canon.
Yeah, anything you know about Mario, throw it out the garbage.
Hey, you don't know that didn't create an alternate world. An alternate universe? That could be real canon.
I guess that's true. That's true.
But is it real to Mario? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mario canon for sure, no. Real life canon, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
This might be real.
And
this movie might be nonfiction.
And that intro with like showing the dinosaurs is like the weirdest, like bad, like 2D animation. Like it's like weirdly like pixelated, but it doesn't look like video game art.
Yeah, it looked like a Sega Saturn game or something.
Yeah. It
or
looked
like an early PC
like an
game.
old, exactly, like an educational game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting choice.
And it is good to note that the same year that this came out was the year that Jurassic Park came out.
Yep, and Home Alone came out the year before, which both of these are very clear.
Yeah,
the dinosaurs and the like, kind of bumbling fools,
just that kind of
trying
like
to steal stuff.
That kind of like light comedic adventure kind of movie.
Yeah,
for kids.
Yeah,
Macaulay
Culkin.
So then Mario and Luigi follow them to rescue Daisy, and that's basically the rest of the movie is them trying to rescue Daisy. Because Daisy has this rock, this special meteorite or something, fragment of the meteorite or something.
It's like a rock fragment, and it turns out to be the one piece that completes the meteorite that took out the dinosaurs, and somehow putting it back together causes the universes to merge back together.
Yeah. So
as you're explaining this, I'm realizing just how little sense any of it makes.
And they talk about her all this time like she has some arcane power because she comes from this bloodline of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Like, it never comes back. Any power that she might have.
Well, it does come back at the end because the like Bowser's like evil like girlfriend or whatever she is tries to use the rock and it like blasts, it like destroys her, and her skeleton gets blasted into the wall.
Yeah.
And then Daisy says like, "Oh, I'm the only one who can use it safely," or something like that.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And it comes in a little bit when they reveal her father has been reduced to primordial ooze.
yeah,
Fungus.
to fungus status.
Yeah, the fungus.
But that last night, did we watch it yesterday?
Watched it 2 days ago.
2 days ago. The night of, I literally laying in bed, I like awoke and I was like, but wait, why is she a lizard if she's the daughter of the mushroom?
Okay, I was just thinking about this too, because he's not he's not a mushroom. He only gets turned into a mushroom somehow. But
in the same way that they when King Koopa gets devoed, he turns into a dinosaur. I thought that it was saying to like he evolved from dinosaurs, but the king evolved from mushrooms.
yeah, no, it doesn't really make sense. I think they were trying to say that like if you'd go back far enough, you just become fungus essentially. But yeah, it doesn't like really make sense.
They explained Koopa's whole deal by saying that like because he lives in the alternate universe, there eventually was this race that was a mixture of reptiles and humans.
Yeah.
So he's like kind of a hybrid.
Is that what it is? Like I was never really sure. Like, were they just saying that they kind of like evolved, and lizards would eventually evolve to be more like humans or something? But
yeah, I think that we all thought that it was the mixing of the humans and the dinosaurs, and that was a way cooler idea. But then it turns out that it's just saying that dinosaurs replaced humans essentially.
it's very
right?
unclear.
Yeah, it's not clear. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really know.
They just don't explain it clearly at any point.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me read on Wikipedia. I know I keep going back to it, but it says the surviving dinosaurs cross into a new dimension and evolve into a humanoid race.
yeah.
So maybe, but also like humans just existed in that world too, right?
I have a feeling that if we could ask the directors at the time this movie was made, they wouldn't have an answer for us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's like almost 30 years old. They'd be like,
Yeah.
well,
and
No,
also-
I think on the day they wouldn't have even known.
No, I think you're right, because so one of the things about this movie is that like there was like it's credited to 3 writers, but there was actually like a whole bunch of different versions of the script, and so there was like a ton of different people writing it, and it just like went off the rails at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the development of this movie started with just like obviously Mario was like huge at the time, and so like they were just like, let's try and make a movie out of this. We can make some money, and also because like the cartoon shows were on at the time, and like those were popular. So apparently they
and I mean. It's very similar to the Super Show in the characterization of live action Mario and Luigi.
for sure.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that kind of disappoints me because I remember that show. Not like I watched it or anything. I was too young, but hasn't that like gone on to have a much more positive legacy as Mario?
You should listen
extended
to our episode
media?
on it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have one where you watched it?
We watched the
Yeah.
first episode.
Yeah.
Well, I know it was
Yeah.
it was a gold mine for YouTube poop artists.
Yeah, no, it would be.
remix.
Oh my God, you're right.
So-
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, every YouTube poop has a clip from
Yeah.
that show in it. Basically,
Are you aware?
Maybe
so-
they used it. Maybe they used it because it was kind of goofy and not good. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And that would
Although
make
it
more
was
sense,
it was
maybe.
very fun to watch in a
Yeah.
way that this even wasn't.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
disappointed that they didn't just do like a SpongeBob SquarePants movie situation where they just made it an animated film.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have made more
That
sense.
might have been
I think.
that might have had more success because at least it would have been animated, so you could be like, okay, well, if there's any like plot holes, you would have chalked it up to it being a cartoon universe.
Yeah. So that's
Maybe.
what they're actually trying to do that now. They're working on an animated Mario movie with Miyamoto producing it.
Yeah, but that's going to be more like it's going to look like the 3D games look like, right?
I assume, yeah. It's going to be like 3D.
That
animated.
I have much higher, especially since Miyamoto is in kind of the hot seat as far as production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
we'll see.
It's going to be, yeah.
I still don't.
It's also, but it's funny. We're like living in the era now of like video game movies that kind of like make sense. You could almost say are good, but I don't know if you want to say that.
Yeah.
But it's like where they're at least not. They're no longer how like the Mario Bros movie is, and I feel like how all the shows were, where it was just like bananas off the rail, like complete nonsense.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
You could say the new movies are kind of bonkers in their own way, but it's not. It's like in a completely different like sort of zone from this like really campy 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Matt, can I actually ask, what did you see and what did you think of the Sonic and Pikachu movies?
I didn't see the Pikachu movie, but the Sonic movie has a very special place in my heart because it was the last movie I ever saw in a movie theater.
Oh wow!
Yeah, before everything,
That's
and
special.
I, for all we know, it could be the last movie I ever see in a theater. But I like thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe not because it was good, but because like I was just so hyped to see how silly a Sonic movie could be.
Yeah.
And I think the casting of Ben Schwartz as Sonic was excellent.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite bit
Absolutely,
of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It did include some elements that I don't think will age well. Like Sonic does the Fortnite dance twice in the movie.
Oh man.
And I'm sure there's some very already dead like turns of phrase that he used in the movie. I don't really remember, but
That aspect of the movie was very upsetting. I totally forgot about that. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of Zoomer humor.
yes.
Wasn't there just kind of like a lot of like meme kind of stuff in it?
A lot of it seemed like they kind of engineered it to be memeable. So it seems kind of it's kind of like disingenuous in that aspect, but on the other hand, they kind of in a self-aware way went in the direction of doing something that definitely wasn't canon to the games, like this Mario Brothers film did, but it was more, like I said, self-aware. Like they realized that they were doing something that was kind of out of place, and so they were able to just kind of run with it, and it ended up being a lot more endearing, I think. Especially because, I mean, filmmaking has come so far since the 90s, so they were able to make a more streamlined experience.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of
And
it
Jim
is.
Carrey as Eggman was a very fun thing to witness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a lot
Good
of
or
it
bad, I won't say, but it was certainly fun to watch.
is like
Yeah, I'm really excited to see him in the second one when he actually looks like Eggman. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a delight.
That's what I'm very excited
wait,
for.
is he gonna be fat? Like Eggman?
Oh, I don't know. He definitely.
Well, the
he'll
Easter
finally
egg
have like
at
the
end
mustache.
of the movie
and the-
where he
yeah.
loses his hair and
Yeah.
he gets the huge mustache and the goggles, so he's at least going to have the face of Eggman.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Will he be imbued with characteristics of a hard-boiled egg, like
That's a good question.
like from the Sonic Bible?
The Sonic Bible. I wonder if that will come into play at all. That would be really funny if it did. But yeah, that's my official Sonic movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably better than this one, the film we're about to talk about, or that we have been talking about.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim. I was gonna say, apparently, at an early stage, Dustin Hoffman said that he wanted to play Mario. So he was like trying. This was like, I think before there was even a script or something, and that like because his kids loved Mario, and then at another point they tried to get Danny DeVito to play Mario and to direct the movie.
And to direct the movie.
Yeah. So
That would have been
Oh.
a masterpiece.
I really wish that we were living in that alternate reality.
yeah, I truly what could have
Perfect
been.
because he's short and everything. Oh man.
Yeah, that would have really
would
played
just,
up the contrast between Mario and
Exactly.
Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's sad. What a loss.
Yeah.
Um,
In the Koopa universe, that movie exists.
yeah. Pretty sure Danny DeVito is like an evolved dinosaur. That's probably
Yeah.
canon.
He's the one constant between these universes. He's the bridge.
He's the
Yeah.
one, dinosaur who survived the meteorite. So
Yeah, tell us more about the development.
the producers who approached Nintendo and got the rights were a couple of basically indie filmmakers. Roland Joffe, I think is how you say his name, was kind of like an indie direct. He had award-winning films and stuff of about really serious so his two movies before it were The Killing Fields and The Mission, which were both nominated for Best Director at Academy Awards. Truly don't know.
Looked like very sad dramas.
Yeah, I think they're really intense, but he was trying to get into producing, I guess, and so he got the rights. They brought in Barry Morrow, who co-wrote Rain Man, to write the script. So he wrote the first script, and it sounds like it was basically he basically just kind of rewrote Rain Man, but instead of because I guess I haven't seen it, but it's a family and a guy and his brother who's autistic or whatever, but and has he kind of I don't even know, I think he uses him or something, but it was so Luigi was kind of that role. And obviously that kind of stuck to the end, because Luigi's kind of like a little clueless, it seems in the movie.
Yeah, no, he's very head in the clouds kind of.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
He's very youthful in his approach to life. He seems kind of dazed and confused.
Yeah, Mario's always telling him how to that they have to work and stuff, and he just wants to sit around and
Yeah, he's just lazy.
Yeah.
So to direct, they brought in Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel, who are the creators. They're from England, and they were the creators of Max Headroom. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes, I do know what Max Headroom is. I've been meaning to watch it. In fact, I might actually start watching it after we talk about this, because I've read a bit about it, and it's really weird.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's they created this character to talk about. I think is he talking about music videos or something like that? It was cyberpunk for sure. It was they
satirical science fiction television series.
Yeah, they said he was the first 3D generated person, even though it was just an actor with crazy makeup on, but there was crazy effects and stuff.
It was he was pretending to be a newscaster.
Okay.
But it's of this future dystopia world.
Yeah. And I think they would play music videos, because there were also those two were also music video directors.
Yeah.
They did a music video for Tom Tom Club, and some other just basically indie bands of the time. So they were brought on, and their idea was to do a cyberpunk take basically on Mario.
Mario.
They basically said they were we want to do a Mario that's for adults, that not just kids would but this will grab adults' attention.
First huge misstep, I think.
Yeah.
In the
It certainly grabbed
pipeline.
our attention, I think.
Yeah.
And so the final person that they brought on the production designer was David Snyder, whose credits include Blade Runner and Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh
Justice
my
League 2020.
god!
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I see. Like, he's Zack Snyder's dad or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just like that.
What did he do on Blade Runner? Did he?
He was the production designer. So like,
Oh.
like the set design and all that, which makes like so much sense because that's like probably the best
Yeah,
part
it
about
does.
the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah, like absolutely. And I mean, yeah, like the best part about the concept is just the idea of a cyberpunk Mario.
Yeah.
Like that to me is the most interesting aspect of
Yeah.
this. Like,
I don't know. I kind of go. I'm kind of split on the set design of the alternate world because, like, in concept, it sounds really good, but looking at it when I was watching the movie, it was like super lazy looking. Like it's basically just a dark, big urban environment with just like goop flown everywhere, thrown around, like just a bunch of fungus and people with spikes.
yeah,
I have to say,
otherwise it's just a completely normal.
I have to say I was like, because me and Tim saw this movie in high school also, so I had seen it before, but it was like it was more impressive than my memory. I thought that there was actually like a lot going on in like in those scenes, like the street scenes and stuff. Like there would be like a lot of stuff happening in the background and stuff where I was like, okay, they didn't like whether you think it's a good idea or not to have like a dark dirty street be the setting of Mario.
Yeah.
Like they didn't half-ass it, I would say.
Well,
yeah,
okay,
it's not like embarrassingly bad, but I do think I know where you're coming from, Matt, where it's like, if I think of Blade Runner, it's like they both evoke kind of the same feeling, and Blade Runner is like massive and beautiful,
Yeah.
and this movie is just kind of like icky.
Well, I think my mind just, I think my brain just got hung up on the fact that they set up the world by saying that the meteorite that killed the dinosaurs split off into two parallel universes. Like, if a completely separate universe where dinosaurs lived begun like 65 million years ago, like today, present day society would not look in any way similar to what.
No, I'm pretty sure it would look exactly the same, just like one of the Twin Towers would be not finished. Pretty sure that'd be the one difference.
That's a very actually interesting argument, Matt.
I mean, yeah, you're totally right. Yeah.
They didn't even cross my mind.
When I saw that, like when I saw the skyline shot of the Twin Towers and one of them was like not complete, that like genuinely spooked me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like some of it is like just like the stuff with like they put spikes on everything, like the spiky pillows and stuff. Like that stuff is like
a spiky
lazy.
Pillow completely negates the purpose of the pillow.
Not the dinosaurs.
All the dinosaur people are like, "Oh, I'm so relaxed with my spiky pillow against my back."
Spikes digging into my spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dinosaurs.
That's like if we put like fingernails on everything. Like right?
That's
like with
horrifying.
the same logic. Like come on.
That's horrifying.
Exactly.
You're saying fingernails are the human equivalent of spikes on dinosaurs?
The human spike.
Well, I'm just thinking of like cuz
yeah.
Yeah, no.
yeah, it's just
I'm
like,
disagreeing.
It's
I'm
not-
with you, Matt. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm just clarifying. So they brought so after they were not happy with that script, apparently they brought on a couple of other writers. That also wasn't working. I think at some point they started actually like shooting the movie. So like they were rewriting the movie like as they were filming it.
As they were shooting it? Oh, no wonder.
Because like and like the cast was getting like really angry because like every day they would just like get a new script basically with like rewrites of scenes. Which I think is not like completely unheard of in movies, but like it sounds like they were not happy with it.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was to the reasonable degree that you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it was a bit excessive.
And
that would explain a lot of the kind of weirdness.
Yeah, and also I think at some point because so like they started making the movie and I think like the executives who were like because the budget of this movie was 40 in the 40 millions of dollars. So I think like the executives were like, "Wait, what are you making? Like, this is what you're making for the Super Mario Bros.
Spending
movie?"
my money on this?
Like, yeah, I think it was probably like originally like probably like even like darker and stuff and like less kid friendly. And so they're like, "Wait,
A truly dark sci-fi Mario. That would actually be awesome.
they're like, you need to change this." So I think at some point they even brought in writers without telling the directors. And like at some point they were just like, "Here's
Holy
the new
moly.
script."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay,
That
so it
is
says so yeah, I was reading an article about it, and like the directors almost quit at that point because they had already they said they had already storyboarded the whole movie, and then they got the new script and they just had to throw all of that away.
Oh. Wow.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this didn't end up being one of the Alan Smithy films where the directors disown the project and they have to give it a pseudonym director.
Is that name Alan Smithy? Is that what it is?
Yeah, in the 90s, when a film had like really
Yeah.
rough production and the directors like didn't want
Yeah.
to be associated with it, they would take their name off and put a name in place of it that was generic enough that no one would notice. And especially because the films were bad and not a lot of people watched them,
Yeah.
no one really said anything.
D. Lynch did that for Dune, right? Is it Alan Smithy in that?
Did he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
his
so.
name stuck
I thought
with
he
Dune.
did. Didn't he? Oh, I guess he must. I think he just said that he disowned the movie.
Yeah, he has disowned it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
since then. Yeah.
I watched that a few months ago. That is wild. That is a fun.
I really want to
Weird-ass
watch that
movie.
again.
Yeah.
I want to watch it in preparation for the Timothy Chalamet directed one.
Yeah. Instead of reading the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mario.
So Mario.
Do y'all edit these like heavily, or do you just have the whole track just?
Huh?
When you do you edit these, like, do you take out like pauses and stuff?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been marking. I mark the moments where
Okay,
we just
good.
kind of
Okay, yeah,
pause.
good.
There's just a lot of because of our connectivity. There's a lot of very
Yeah.
pregnant pauses.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'd say the biggest like story from the production of the movie is that Dennis Hopper, who was obviously like a big actor by this point,
Yeah.
but he like got really he might have been on drugs or something also, I'm not sure, but he got really like
Probably.
angry and
Having seen his performance, that wouldn't shock me.
yeah.
Oh man.
And he screamed at the directors for 45 minutes on set while they were, and like everyone was
Wow.
just like watching like and then they were like
For a set 45 minutes.
for a sustained 45
Like
minutes,
breaks?
and then so the directors were like, okay, let's just go to lunch, and then like, we're just gonna take a break, and then lunch turned into 2 more hours of him screaming at the directors and producers.
God.
Uh,
Oh my god.
And then finally they were like,
Wow.
okay, like, because he was screaming about them having rewritten a scene of his, and they're like, okay, you just rewrite it how you want it, and we'll do it that way. And so he ended up just like rewriting his own, or no, this is the best part. At the end, finally he goes, okay, we'll do the scene the way it's written now, and then everyone was like, okay, cool. After 3
Only an
hours.
actor could get away with that.
Yeah. So it was a nightmare for everyone involved, I think.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
For all
Kind of a
the,
nightmare
for
to
all
watch.
the antics that he got up to, though, I think he was my favorite like performance because he really put
Yeah.
his all into it. It was so weird
Yeah. Very,
and
very strange.
yeah.
I also want to say the whole time I was thinking it's just like Biff in Back to the Future 2. Like I feel like it visually and performance wise, it's like the same vibe.
Just
I
kind
feel
of
like
dark.
Biff even has a
and
giant
kind
hot
of-
tub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See a giant
totally
hot tub?
forgot.
And yeah, like his mud tub. I feel like
Oh,
Biff has that.
Yeah.
Gave me the same vibe for sure.
And they were also the same in that they were emulating Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Home Alone 2 would be coming out probably soon after this.
Donald Trump's biggest appearance.
Yeah, the producers of Home Alone watched Super Mario Brothers and decided to make Home Alone 2.
I feel like we should talk about his weird, Koopa's weird hand thing.
Oh god, yeah, that's
Like
the number one thing that didn't make sense.
his
to me.
introduction in the movie, I think, isn't that the first scene? Is him like
Yeah,
sticking his
yeah,
hands
absolutely.
into this weird goo, and then like and like taking them out, and then his
It looked to me
It-
like just
it-
wax.
yeah
Like
Exactly.
literally
yeah,
hot wax
exactly.
because he took it out and it immediately dried.
yeah.
And then he kind of walked over. And then from my memory, literally never brought up again.
Well, there's like
Never referenced.
I thought wasn't there like
Yeah.
another scene where like he like didn't want to touch something or something like that, and we were like, oh, he has something.
Yeah, like he was like he said something about in reference to his hands and
Yeah,
touching. I don't
but
remember.
yeah, it's like it's the weirdest little character detail that is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
That could be something that was like more significant in a previous draft of the
Yeah.
script, and then kind of got like relegated to one moment
Yeah.
and should have been cut
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Kind of got eaten by the newer drafts of the script and kind of
Got eaten by Yoshi.
Yeah.
By, wait, Devin, is that Skinny Yoshi? Is that what you're always talking about?
Wait, what Skinny Yoshi?
Yoshi in this movie because he's
Oh,
skinny.
Tim, we've talked about Skinny Yoshi. You know,
but is this also Skinny Yoshi?
no? This is Tiny Yoshi, I would say.
Tiny
tiny,
Yoshi. Okay, not the same thing.
Like
real
weird looking
actual dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a raptor Yoshi. It looked like.
yeah. The only
like a
Yoshi
tiny
quality
T-Rex.
of the Yoshi in this movie is when he shoots out his tongue and like trips the
Yeah.
lady.
That might be the single most canonical moment of the whole movie.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
The one thing that
Well-
I've been thinking about in terms of this movie from reading the Wikipedia pages, it says, okay, it does say citation needed on it, so maybe this is incorrect. But it says Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto felt the film tried too hard to replicate the games instead of being a good film.
yeah. That's
To
the
which I
most
say-
baffling quote I've ever read.
To which I say, Miyamoto, what are your games about? If
This is too much like the games
Yeah.
I made.
This is it turns out this is exactly what he had in his head.
I would say, besides the names, nothing matches.
Yeah, I don't understand that quote. Yeah, I wonder if that's real because I too tried to look like where that quote came from, and like there's a bunch of articles that have it, but like nowhere says where that quote comes from. So I'm a little
Maybe
suspicious.
it's a rumor that got proliferated.
But you know, maybe Miyamoto's just insane.
Well, that's also a
That's
possibility,
definitely,
of course.
as we've discovered on this podcast, that's a possibility. He's definitely sadistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that he's kind of dark and fucked up and sadistic in his own mind is the same to me in my imagination as the tone of this movie.
Well, maybe he was
Like,
like,
So maybe that's what he meant. Like it matched the essence of his envisioning of the Mario universe, rather
Honestly,
than the actual
probably.
gameplay content.
oh, we should talk about Toad in this movie.
Ah,
Truly,
Yeah,
it's a reveal when you find out that it is Toad. Because
Yeah. Oh my god.
he shows up as like
What
a
an
busker, as like a hippie like busker guy in the street, who's like singing
Yeah,
an
and his-
anti-establishment, anti-Koopa song.
His hair was the most interesting thing to me. It was like one little tuft right in the center, up on his forehead, and then it just like spiraled in. It was just like a big spiral on the back of his head. It looked like he was wearing a
And-
baseball cap, but it was made of hair.
yeah.
Yeah,
The hair to me is one of the many baffling choices made in regards to Toad, because it's like I love the idea that it's this crazy futuristic cyberpunk whatever, and he has the design like carved into his hair. But why wouldn't they make it the actual design of Toad's
know.
head?
Yeah, why
I
wouldn't they
know.
make him look like Toad in any way?
yeah.
I don't get why they turn him into the Goomba like right away when he's one of the most interesting characters in the movie.
Yeah.
is like that guy with the guitar and the hair. Like,
what I read was that
Again,
you don't
Weird
even
choice.
know he's Toad while he's on screen.
Yeah, I think they like had multiple characters, and at one of the rewrites, they were like, there's too many characters, we just need to combine them. So I think they did that, and
wow.
we're like, okay, Toad's just gonna be this other guy as well. So truly, like the scene after he's introduced, he gets turned into a Goomba.
Yeah, like almost immediately. We barely have any time to get acquainted with him, it seemed.
Yeah.
That guy shaved that pattern into his head for like one day of filming, probably.
Yeah.
For like 2 scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hair in particular is what one other aspect I would say that made the world building of the alternate universe seem a bit lazy to me, because it feels like in the 90s future equals crazy hair.
Yeah,
I feel like that's all
the idea.
everywhere.
Yeah.
In all sorts of
I feel like that
films.
is kind of just like 80s like cyberpunk though. Like
Yeah.
that was like the aesthetic.
Yeah,
Like, it was just like we're just gonna use like punk hairstyles.
Yeah.
Like
True.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Well,
so I enjoy that.
yeah, but they twisted the punk hairstyles into something unrecognizable. But
Yeah. After the movie was made, they did a press junket in Japan for the movie, and they talked about how, first of all, they talked about how Nintendo never said anything bad about the movie. Like, that Nintendo was, like, very nice, which is really funny.
they headlined the press conference with, first of all, Nintendo loves this movie, we promise.
Yeah.
First of all, Nintendo signed off on this. It's out of our hands.
Yeah.
They said we could do this.
And so they sent John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins, who played Mario and Luigi, to Japan, and they talked about how they went to this temple, this Buddhist temple, where there were Buddhist monks praying for the financial success of the film. And they were like, "This is really weird. This feels wrong."
It does feel wrong. It feels like an incorrect use of those powers.
Yeah.
Put those monks to better use
Yeah.
than praying for this movie.
They should have prayed for the movie to be good.
It was far too late for that. Okay, and then my last thing I had to say about the movie was, so there's this fan site that that like has all this information about it, smbmovie.com, and he somehow has found like a bunch of like the unused scripts.
Oh my goodness.
And so like I was like scrolling through them. I didn't like read them, but in like multiple versions of the script, because I was like, this is insane. The introduction of Koopa is like here, I'll just read it. Cut to interior Koopa's tower, Koopa Suite, night. Towering crystalline windows overlook the city. One side is Koopa's lone computer console. The other is his bedroom. A spacious bed, a banquet table, a sunken pit with a bar. The marble floor is strewn with torn sheets, gutted pillows, champagne bottles, and the remnants of a 12-course meal. Far from the bed, a fiercely sexual woman lies stretched on the floor, panting with exhaustion as she smooths her reptile skin dress. This is Koopa's secretary, Lena. And then this is Lena's dialogue. That was incredible. Now, ... let's have sex. That's the introduction.
second.
What?
That's the introduction.
Were they done with it, or were they beginning?
I think it was supposed to be like a joke of like, it looks like they just had sex, but it's like, that is a really dumb joke.
That woman looks quite sexual.
It was like, wait, this was their like original script for a kids movie? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
For Mario.
Yeah.
This is Mario.
Trying to make it dark and adult. I'm looking at the website right now. I love this. It's like Web 2.0 style blog.
It's like Web 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their last post was on August of 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, they found like deleted scenes, right?
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Oh, I love this.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so this movie became like a cult movie, obviously, at a certain point. And for like the 20th anniversary, they got it re-released into theaters like somewhere. So there was like a 20th anniversary like celebration in theaters, which is insane. I can understand why like people would enjoy this as a cult movie. Like not as like a Mario movie, but just as like an insane weird like little movie.
Yeah, it's a little relic from the 90s.
Yeah.
It's just like an encapsulation of like the energy that existed in that culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very 80s and very 90s.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it has this weird like vibe that is kind of just actually good. Like there's some quality to it that I just really enjoyed, and it's also kind of a campy so bad it's good movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's like there's actually a lot of reasons why you would rewatch this movie.
Yeah. Like
When I was thinking about it, like after I had seen it, like the way I would describe it is like if I'd been playing a Mario game for a couple weeks, and then I watched a 90s movie like Home Alone or like Die Hard or something, and then I went to bed, the dream I would have would be this movie.
That's a perfect way of describing it.
yeah.
Where it's like just a cheesy, silly 90s action movie, but all the characters just happen to be named after Mario characters. That's the only connection. Good movie.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Entertaining movie.
Yeah, I'd highly rec.
I wouldn't highly rec. I would
If you've got time and
cautiously rec.
and like you just kind of want to watch like a mindless movie, then I would rec.
In the right context, I would highly rec.
Yeah, for sure.
For the right person. If you're thinking about watching this, then I highly rec.
Yeah. If
You just haven't pulled the trigger yet? Feeling a little gun shy?
Pull it.
Pull that baby.
Just get it over with. Just rip it off.
But that was our thoughts and our take on the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
It's the Super Mario Bros.
Tim, this was the last, I think, of the like non-game things that we're going to be covering on the podcast.
Wow.
At least for a while. No more.
Wow.
I mean, until
Shifting back to games.
Until that 3D animated Mario movie comes out.
Gee, they just forgot to talk about that. To get that SEO optimization.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Matt, do you want to... Yeah, we do it all for the SEO.
Your streams or
That's what we talk about.
Valiant or anything
exclusively old things
sure,
that no one
yeah,
is
if you
talking
want.
about anymore.
I'm streaming on Twitch every week. Generally Fridays, but any other time I find the time, I like to just do live improv music on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mathew_Devil_. And
it is so good.
Yeah, he made
you.
Vaporwave this morning, which was great.
This morning. Oh, Tim, you missed it. It was a great stream.
No, I tuned in for a moment in the bathroom at work.
Oh, really?
I just like put it up to my ear, and I just heard you like you just listening to a clip.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, and it was great.
No, yeah, I made some fun stuff this morning. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that's my name on social media everywhere as well. So.
And their album Unvaliant is also out.
Yeah,
it is
my album
literally the best album of 2020.
Yeah, it's on streaming services and Bandcamp.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Just search Mathew Devil. I'm trying to like we were saying, SEO is very important to me. That's why I made my name very simple. Just look up Mathew Devil. I'll be there.
Are you seeing a boost based off of the Lil Nas X stuff going around now? All the devil talk.
If there is, I'm not seeing a direct connection.
Gotta get a collab going.
Yeah, definitely. I'll hit him up. I'm sure that will be so simple to arrange.
Yeah. He's just waiting for you to reach out.
Yeah, that was
honestly
his signal to me.
Just tell him that your name is Mathew Devil, and he'll probably be into it.
Yeah, dude, I have Devil in my name. How can you resist?
So there's that quote about him saying, like, whether it's real or not, that like he thought it was too close to what Mario Bros. Like the games are, but there's another quote where he's like, I think probably before they made it, where he was like, they shouldn't make it like the games. Like they should try and like make it its own thing, which probably was true, like, because there wasn't a lot to the games that, like, story-wise. I mean, there
That's
still really
true.
isn't.
Yeah, it hadn't
Yeah.
really progressed they hadn't really expanded the universe at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the MCU.
Yeah. That's what it's going to be called when the new Mario movie comes out. They're going to start the new MCU.
Do you
Yeah.
think they're going to reference this movie at all?
I hope so.
I think they're going to try I think they're going to stay away as far away from it as possible.
Do you think they're going to have
They're
Mario
gonna-
say, trust in the mushroom?
Trust the fungus.
You better say.
Oh, trust the
pasta
fungus,
power.
yeah.
Yeah, trust the fungus. Trust the fungus.
My favorite line was when President Koopa was like, "You know what I like about mud? It's dirty and clean at the same time."
That's the scene that Dennis Hopper rewrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being
thanks
on.
for being
man.
here.
I'm excited for a potential future collab where we talk about all the Souls games.
Oh, we will one day do a whole season
Yeah.
on the Souls games, and you will guest star in every episode.
Good. All of my
Don't be the
all of my
expert.
all of my video essay thoughts are going to be dumped into the podcast because
Okay, I think this is what we need to do: is we all fly to a cabin in the woods somewhere, and for a full month, we just lock ourselves in there. We play every From Software game, and we talk about every From Software game. And throughout the season of the podcast, you listen to us lose our mind.
that's the perfect way to experience them, I would say. Just completely immerse yourself to the point of insanity.
Where it becomes Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're dying over and over again.
Yeah. in our heads.
And we lose our souls. All right. Thanks for
Thanks, you
listening.
guys.
So, do you want to outro us, Matt,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this has been
as the host?
This has been the Gameography podcast. Is it the Gameography podcast or is it just Gameography?
It's just gameography.
This has been
And Matt, where can they find us on Twitter?
game
Nope, you have to guess.
game
At
Gameogpod.
GameOgPod.
Is that it?
Pretty close.
The Gameogpod? I don't know.
At game.
We're not going to say it.
Oh, okay. We're not going to say it.
Oh, okay. Well,
We say it in every other episode, so you'll
just
find
guess.
out
Yeah.
if you're a true fan.
Yeah.
If you're a real fan, you know.
This has been Gameography with Tim and Devin featuring me. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.